What is going on, Silverhawks? Welcome back to our weekend football review. I'm Richie. Joining me as always is Elgin and our special guest Chantz back again. So today we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to take a look at some Week 8 predictions for the upcoming games. So the first game starts on Thursday night between the Buccaneers and his Buffalo Bills. Personally, I'm going to take Buffalo in this one. I think they're going to bounce back, and I think they're going to win a relatively high-scoring game. What about you, Chantz?
I don't know. I'm pretty shocked over last week's matchup. I think we're gonna win, but it's gonna be a shootout. Our defense is just decimated. How about you?
I'm gonna take the Bucs on this one. I trust in Mayfield. All right, the Bucs. They did have an ugly loss against Atlanta, but the Bills are actually garbage. They are terrible. I don't know how you lose to this 1-5 Patriots team, so I'm gonna take the Bucs on this. I absolutely think the Bucs are gonna. Actually, I think the Bucs are going to win by 8 points. Boom, money line right there.
Okay. All right. Our next game on the Sunday slate is between the Jets and the Giants. The battle for New York. This is gonna be an interesting matchup. Two teams who don't have their starting quarterback. Two, strong teams that have looked good recently. This is some highlights from their preseason matchup earlier in the season. Last time we saw Aaron Rodgers as a Jet. Personally, I'm going to take the Jets in this one. I think they have something nice rolling. Their defense is really well. And the Giants' offense just really hasn't been all too, interesting this season.
I'm going to take the Giants on this one. The last game you seen Tyrod Taylor, he looked sharp, man. He looked like he should be the starting quarterback over Daniel Jones. So I have the Giants.
By the way, these aren't lowlights. These aren't highlights. These are lowlights. I will take the Jets for this one because I think the Jets' defense is spectacular. But Wilson, he's been playing some decent ball recently. I think they're going to get this dub. I really do. And the Giants, they don't impress me at all. You said Tyrod Taylor's sharp. But guess what? Tyrod Taylor is inconsistent. That's why he didn't last in Buffalo. So
it's true.
I'm going to take the Jets on this. I have the Jets actually winning by 10 in this game. I think it's not going to be close.
Zach Wilson did get benched.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. I'm actually agreeing with Elgin on this one. This feels a little different. Feels a little weird. Next up on the Sunday slate, we have the Jags and Steelers. This is a big game for both of these squads. I don't really believe in Jacksonville like that. Yes, they beat Buffalo, and yes, they have some good wins on the year, but they're just not really there yet. I think they're going to be a good team, but just not yet. And I think Pittsburgh's going to take this one. Pittsburgh always, comes up with weird wins over good teams. They beat the Rams last week. I think they're going to win this one as well.
I think the Jags are going to win. I feel like they're just picking it up now. I mean, every team has a slow start, but they had a tremendously slow start, and I feel like this is where they pick it up. And I see a big upset.
I think this is a trap game for the Jags too. This is Scream's trap game.
Okay.
The Steelers, they've looked better past week. They still need to fire Canada, but the Jags, they've had some decent wins. It's just they're inconsistent and they're just a hot mess right now. But hey, if Travis Etienne does well, because I have him in fantasy, I just hope they do well in running the game. I think the Steelers are going to win this one.
Jason Travis, I can't have that happen.
So we have 2 Steelers, 1 Jag on this one. The next game, Eagles and Commanders. The Philadelphia Eagles are coming off a really big win over my Miami Dolphins. Our host Sonny for Squawk Talk is probably really happy over this one. That one just was a very frustrating game. I don't know what you're doing because the Eagles beat you guys too. But no, the Eagles are really sharp right now. They're playing Washington. Washington's just not it right now. Nothing's clicking. Their players are frustrated.
Hey,
I'm
the
taking
one thing
Philly.
I have to say, the Eagles did lose. They did lose one game, and it was to a team that none of us thought they were going to lose to. So
That is true.
I'm going to take the upset. I don't know. I hate the Eagles, but I'm going to take the upset over it because the Eagles didn't look good against Miami. They looked all right, but they just didn't look like the Eagles that I seen them be.
I think this game will not be close. I think the Eagles are going to get this dub. I think that the brotherly shove is just too powerful. So I think this game is definitely going to be in the Eagles. I think the Eagles win by 17 plus.
17 plus.
I think the Commanders stink right now.
Realistically, at Eagles, but I want the Commanders to win.
Ron Rivera should be. I think this game is what gets Ron Rivera fired.
You think so?
I think that's my prediction.
It's definitely coming. There's some of the highlights from the game. I mean, do keep in mind, last year Philadelphia lost their first game of the season to Washington. The game that once again, no one expected them to lose. So I can see Washington.
Commanders beat the Steelers a couple years back.
That is true.
Washington
football team.
Wow, the Dolphins really lost to
All right,
the
Elgin,
Hulu live sports team.
We're going to talk about the Dolphins in a second. That'll be our probably first disagreement of this segment. Next up, the Rams at Cowboys. This is a team between two powerhouses in the NFC, the Cowboys and the Rams. I mean, the Rams did not win last week. They lost to Pittsburgh. But I think they're going to give Dallas some trouble, but I think the Cowboys will overall take it. Some highlights from the Rams and Cowboys game last season. But I think the Cowboys are just too well-rounded. I think they're going to take this one.
I agree. I think the Cowboys are going to take this one. You know, I love the Rams. I would love what they're doing there. They have a 30-something-year-old quarterback, and they have two young receivers who are just becoming superstars right in their eyes. But overall, I feel like you can't stop the Cowboys. Like, the Cowboys are just going to stop them on defense, and I think their offense is too overloaded.
I just think that the Cowboys stink. The Rams, I think the Rams are underdogs to go to the playoffs, by the way. It's just they need to work on things, some on defense, you know, work things out. But I think the Rams get the dub here by 3. I absolutely do. Puka Nakata, Cooper Kupp, both great. I know I pronounced his name wrong. But I think those are two great receivers. And that running back they have, Williams.
He's out.
He's pretty
He's out? He's out? Well,
yep.
That might have changed things. But I think the Rams still come out with a
I have
W.
him on fantasy, so I know.
And Dak Prescott is a turnover machine. So I think the Rams get the W here.
Only one person has more than him.
It's funny that you talk trash about the Cowboys. Yeah, what was the final score when they played?
We don't talk about that game.
What was it?
It was. Listen. The Patriots didn't show up. Okay.
They didn't show up.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see next week, or the next game we have are the Vikings and the Panthers. This is a historic NFC rivalry.
Viking and the Panthers.
Vikings and the Packers. I apologize.
Typical Dolphins fan over here, guys.
Blues fan over here. All right, so the Packers just look horrible right now. I think it's time for them to blow it up. I think just, count your losses this year. This is a matchup week 1 last year in Minnesota. Jefferson won't be playing, but the rest of this offense looked good. I mean, they came through with a huge upset over San Francisco. I'm going to take Minnesota. You guys something to say?
I'm also going to take the Vikings, but I don't think it's going to be I think the Packers that got to take risks now. So on 4th down, they're going to be going for it. They're going to be taking these big risks because they have nothing to lose. And at that reason, I think it's going to be a lot closer, but I still have the Vikings.
Honestly, I agree with the same. The Vikings are actually 3-4. They started 0-3, by the way. They've been winning pretty good without Justin Jefferson, by the way. And I think this team could legitimately go to the playoffs. The NFC is not that strong this year. You got your clear top teams, but I think they can definitely make it. Kirk Cousins is playing probably his best football in a damn while. And the Packers, Jordan Love is so inconsistent. His first 2 games were great, but honestly, he's looked terrible in these last few.
Yeah,
he's practically a rookie, though.
Yeah,
so.
I don't care if he's a rookie. He's garbage. He's garbage.
Well, next up are 2 teams in very similar situations in the South. We have the Atlanta Falcons and the Tennessee Titans. The Titans just traded their star safety, Kevin Byard. They traded him to Philadelphia.
Of course.
I mean, this team looks like they're, packing it up, getting ready for a rebuild against a Falcons team that has looked impressive. And they came out with a close win last week. They look the most playoff ready out of any team in the NFC South right now, which is interesting. I mean, I think they're better than the Saints. I think they're definitely better than the Bucs, and then Panthers aren't even in that conversation. I'm going to go ahead and take the Falcons in this one. I like their offense. They just need to use Bijan more. He only had, 7 plays?
He didn't even play.
He didn't play.
He played 1 play. He screwed me in fantasy, actually.
So I think, all right, I agree with you on most of it, except I think the Bucs are better than the Falcons. But I think if the Falcons could get it clicking on most cylinders, they need it. I feel like they need to pass a little bit more. I feel like they have been getting. There's been too many open spots for these receivers, and for that fact, I feel like they're not. I just see the Bucs being better. But in realistic, I see the Falcons winning.
Honestly, I see the Titans actually winning this game. I think the Falcons. I think their offensive coordinator sucks. Their offensive coordinator is terrible. I don't know. How do you have B.J. Robinson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts, and only use them in the last couple weeks? And I think the Titans are ready to rebuild as well. I think Derrick Henry gets traded soon, relatively today, actually. And you know where he's going to go? He's going to go to a contender. Hear me out. He's going to go to the Philadelphia Eagles.
I could see that trade happening. That would make them a dangerous team.
Or unfortunately, I could see him going to the Bills too, but I don't want that happening.
Yeah.
I would like that. I could use that.
No, please don't. Nice Titans, don't be stupid. Don't trade King Henry for a bag of chips, please.
All right,
please.
So this next game, things are about to get loud. The New England Patriots take on the Miami Dolphins in Miami. The Dolphins already beat the Patriots in week 2. That was in New England, a place where this team struggles. So And then it's coming to Miami where New England never really plays good. This is some of the highlights from Tua Tagovailoa, who, in my opinion, yeah, he lost. He's still the MVP candidate right now. They take on the Patriots. I'm taking the Dolphins by, 10 points. I think they're going to do it.
Looking into it, I feel like the Pats are way too high now. You beat us, yeah. You beat the Bills, nice thing. But you're gonna be a little too cocky, a little too. I have the Dolphins by at least 21.
Oh.
This is a legacy game for Mac freaking Jones. Legacy game. We are winning by 69-0. Count that.
Legacy game. You know
Legacy
what?
game.
If you're so confident about your team, how about we make a bet? All right. Since you don't want to do it money-wise, we're going to do this, our own way. Let's say, all right, so whichever team loses, me or you, all right, if the Dolphins lose, then I will wear a Patriots hat for the entire next segment. And if the Patriots lose, then you have to wear a Miami Dolphins hat for the entire segment. Deal? All right, let's do it.
Legacy game, people. Listen to me. Zoom in. Legacy game.
What is his legacy?
Legacy game for Mac Jones.
What is his legacy? Throwing picks?
Throwing five touchdowns, 400 yards. Count that.
Five touchdowns.
Jones, let's go.
McCorkle Jones. We'll see what he can do.
Macaroni and cheese is winning the division.
That's for sure the game to watch. We need to get him in a mental hospital. He's talking crazy right now.
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
He is going to be. So I'm excited to see that. So our next game is between the Saints and the Colts. These two teams, the Colts don't have their franchise quarterback right now, but they almost beat Cleveland last week. This is one of the best games of the week. In my opinion, it was a game of the week. It's going to be a close one. I'm going to go ahead and take the Colts in this one. I think they're going to outdo it.
Realistically, I think Gardner Minshew could start on 5 teams. So I see him as a starter rather than a rookie. I see him as a starter, and I think the Colts are also going to win this. Michael Pittman, the kid Downs, he looked amazing. And then you have Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor. I don't see how you stop that.
Honestly, I agree too. I think Gardner Minshew is a great Minshew mania, baby. I watched Minshew when he was on the Jags. He was great, even though they didn't win a lot of games. But I think this team is going to get it done. I think the Colts are definitely going to hold up until Rich sees. I think the Colts could definitely make the playoffs. Heck, win the division because the Jags are so damn inconsistent. So I definitely think the Colts. The Colts are going to actually. I have the Colts winning by 10.
Colts by 10.
Yeah.
Next game between two rookie quarterbacks, the Texans and the Panthers. I absolutely love what C.J. Stroud is doing in Houston right now. I think he's clear-cut candidate Rookie of the Year right now. I mean, Nakua is giving him some trouble, but right now the football C.J. Stroud has been playing is amazing. I'm very happy for him. I'm happy for Houston. I mean, they needed that after the whole incident with Deshaun Watson and everything. And they're playing a Panthers team that has not won yet this year, and I don't think that's going to change. I think the Texans, handle this one relatively easy. I think it's going to be 31-14. C.J. Stroud with a 260-plus yard day through the air.
I think C.J. Stroud looks like no other rookie. I mean, 90% of rookies have not done what he's done. It's crazy. And I'm talking, I had Josh Allen. He's my quarterback, and he doesn't even look that impressive.
Yeah.
I have C.J. Stroud really opening the window here, showing why he should be the #1 pick.
Honestly, I agree. C.J. Stroud is. I have him in fantasy. That's how damn good he is. I've never seen a rookie quarterback who has gone into a situation that was already terrible when he walked in and make the most of it. I think they're going. I think this division has actually surprised a lot of people. The Titans. I think the Titans are the worst team in this division, and I think this Texas team is going to have a statement win this game. I don't care if it's against the Panthers.
All right.
Speaking of the Panthers, Adam Thielen. He is the only bright spot. That's all I got to say about the Panthers.
I agree with that one. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to watch that Dolphins-Patriots games. That'll determine who wears what, our next segment. Halloween's coming up. Have a safe Halloween. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Pats do suck. I'm Richie.
Josh Allen's terrible. So is Tua.
All right. See you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
You suck.